Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. I am a life coach and I help people align with their highest reality possible. And today we are going to talk about what to do when you feel overwhelmed. Let's get into it. So, when we feel overwhelmed, we are feeling a chaotic energy. And that is because we have a lot of things going on, or we have some things we started that are left undone and not finished. Just too many things that are piling up and that are not getting attention. Okay. And so today I just want to go through a few of the things that I do in life to help me stay grounded and to help keep my energy up and help me feel less overwhelmed in life. Because overwhelm is not a good feeling. I like to feel grounded. And so today I'm going to give you a few tips on how you can lessen the overwhelm and kind of chill out that chaotic energy that's going on in your life. So, the first thing I want to say is no makes way for yes. Tell people no. Whether it's I don't know how many people are at home in your house right now, but my entire family is home right now, and we have 7 people in here, and that is 4 adults and 3 teenagers. Okay, and so a lot of the things that I normally would do as an act of service for people, I'm not doing right now. I'm telling them no because they're here and they're not busy and they're capable of doing them themselves. And so I would encourage you to do the same. You can say no to different tasks that you normally do. Just put them on the shelf and tend to the main things that need to get done in your life. And definitely, if you have adults in your house besides you and older children and teenagers, definitely delegate some of your normal responsibilities to them. Okay, they are more than capable of doing those things. But when you say no to people, you are clearing up space for you to have more time to do the things that you need to do and more energy and more bandwidth, all of it. So say no and don't feel bad about it. Okay? The next thing is get really focused on what you need to do. I need you to get out a piece of paper and let's get organized. Let's put down a list of all the things we need to do on paper. Let's not keep it in our brains. A lot of times the reason why we feel overwhelmed is because we're carrying all of those tasks in our brains, all the things we have to do. We're trying to hold them in there because we don't want to forget them. Let those go. Write those thoughts out on paper, a whole list of them, and let it go and know that you're not going to forget them because they're on this piece of paper. And so I have a really good meditation for this that I do that I'll have to send some of you guys. If you want it, you can email me for it. What you do is you just observe everything that's going on in your mind and you write it down on paper so you don't have to hold it in there because that can cause overwhelm. So get all your thoughts down on paper, everything you have to do, and then try to create some sort of schedule around that. Don't make your schedule too rigid though. Break it down into like hourly increments, 45-minute increments maybe, but leave some spaces in between the things you have to do. And know that there's only so much you can do in a day. So don't try to get it all done today. Delegate some things for tomorrow as well, but try to get some sort of schedule written out to try to organize everything you've got going on. If you're homeschooling little ones at home, and if you're also working from home, you're going to need some sort of a schedule. And if you have older children that can help the younger kids, or you have teenagers in your home, or you have other adults that can help with the kids, do not feel like you have to take all the responsibility on you, parent, whoever it is that is doing everything, that is working from home and that is homeschooling at the same time. I feel for you guys. Luckily, I have teenagers right now, and the only thing I have to do is like check on them to make sure they're getting their work done. But I'm definitely not having to sit down and teach them right now. So that's a blessing for me. But I have been there. I've homeschooled my kids their entire lives, so I know what it's like to have to homeschool kids and then have to work at the same time. But we come up with our ways, and I had a little bit of a routine when I homeschooled and ran the photography business at the same time. I would get the kids started on their schoolwork early, like 8 o'clock, in the same room that I was in, and I would do my work in the same room with them and stop and help them as I needed. But another way I tried it also is I would work early in the morning up until 12 o'clock, and then at 12 o'clock I would start school and I would get done at 4 or 4:30. There are all kinds of ways that you can figure out some sort of routine that works for you. Just make sure you leave open spaces, because a lot of times life happens, and it doesn't go the way you plan sometimes, but sometimes it does. But especially when you have children and other people involved, it's when you have a lot of people involved in the schedule is where you can come across hiccups, and that's just because there's other people creating their realities in your reality, and they're doing their thing and you're doing your thing, and sometimes we're not on the same page, so that's why that is. But get organized, get it on paper, get some sort of plan down, and get a routine down. And then once you got that down, work on one problem at a time. Work on one thing at a time. Don't try to multitask. I know women, we do this a lot, and we're super good at it. We think we are anyway. Just try your best to focus on one thing at a time. Do your best at the thing that's in front of you right now. Be calm, cool, and collected with whatever it is, and know that there's going to be another moment that you're going to have a chance to do the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. So sometimes you just kind of have to go with the flow and let things go a little bit. Nothing is going to be perfect, especially when you're doing something new and trying something that you've never had to do before and learning new techniques. Just be open and kind of experiment a little bit with it, and you'll be less overwhelmed once you find your niche and once you find what works for you and your family. So you might have to do a little bit of creative problem solving, thinking outside of the box. You might have to combine different ideas and strategies, and of course, delegate certain responsibilities to other people, but you'll find your flow if you do those things. And I know this is a time when if you feel overwhelmed, of course, you're going to feel stressed as well. But I want to encourage you to use self-control when you do feel stressed, because if anything that I recognize that is coming up is, let's say, old ways of being, old ways of coping with the stress that you used to do, like you used to cope with stress a certain way. I've noticed that some of those habits of myself have been coming up, my little coping mechanisms. I've been eating a lot of sweets almost every single night. I have to have some sort of little yummy sweet after dinner. I've noticed that I've been drinking a little more wine than I usually do, because I don't normally drink it, but I've been drinking wine because, I don't know, it's just fun. I feel like I'm on vacation. I know I'm not, but and I know this is a serious time, but I just know that these are coping mechanisms, and they're coming up for me, and they may be coming up for you as well. So just try to, use your best self-control that you can, and have moderation with your food and your sweets. Try not to overeat. And I notice I've been wanting salty stuff. These are just stress triggers. This is what happens. This is how the body works. You can work through those things, though. You don't have to fall prey to them. If you do, it's okay. I have fallen prey to sweets every single night, and it is what it is. But just try to use self-control and try to find other ways to cope, healthier ways, which I'm going to tell you about now. And, I'll tell you about that in a second, but try to focus on calmly doing things that you think you cannot do with peace and with focus, and not getting emotional and not feeling that overwhelm. Just if you think you can't, you probably can't. So try thinking that you can, and try to say, I can do this calmly, and I can do this peacefully, I can do this unemotionally, and I can get through it. And you just methodically, you just chip at it, and you get it done, and that's how you do it. And a good way to start doing that is to get grounded first. And there's a few ways to do this. The number one way I get grounded is through meditation. I have this really cool crystal. It's a polycarbonate Jasper, and it is very grounding. I like to meditate with that. It's kind of got these earth type tones to it. It's really beautiful. But not only, you don't even have to have crystals. You can just meditate by yourself and just meditate with nothing. Meditation is very beneficial for grounding you and making you feel calm, cool, and collected, and kind of like getting you out of your head and back into your body. Another thing you can do is get out in nature and get out in the sunshine, because sunshine will raise your serotonin levels, and the serotonin chemical is the one that creates happiness in your body. So get out in the sun and get out in nature, being around trees. Don't leave your house if you don't have to. I understand that a lot of people are in quarantine right now, but you may have grass outside, and if you have grass outside in your yard, that's really all you need. You can go out barefooted and you can ground yourself in the grass by using your bare feet and putting them on the grass. You can kind of like feel the energy of the earth, and it's a very grounding feeling. You can kind of feel a difference when you're coming from stress and you go out into the nature and you put your feet in the grass and in the ground and in the dirt. If you have woods behind you, anyway, that's very grounding. If you have woods behind your house or in front of your house, you could take a stroll through the woods. I call it forest bathing. You just let the woods, get all that that excess energy and stress off of you. A little hike through the woods. It don't even have to be long. I'm not encouraging you to go out and hike and leave your house, but if you have those things available to you, but grass is fine as well, and sunshine will work as well. But yeah, another thing to do to ground yourself is just to commit to the new normal. This is the new normal for now. It's not going to be the new normal forever, but this is it now. And the sooner you commit and the sooner you accept reality for what it is in this moment, the sooner that you can feel more grounded in the reality that you're in. So, and you can also shift your energy by dancing with life, because life is always moving and life is always changing and evolving, and we have to learn to adapt if we're going to be in it, and we have to learn to dance with it, basically. So start dancing with life. Life moves over here, you move with it. Life moves over here, you move with that. It's always going to be moving and changing, and so you have to kind of learn how to go with the flow. And I'm not saying let life take you where it wants you, but you gotta steer a little bit, but just kind of go with it a little bit. Don't resist it a lot. Learn to use your intuition to help you and guide you in life through this time. I'll have to go into another video to explain all of this, but basically I can tell my intuition is never fearful. My intuition is calm, and it's still, and it's quiet, and it knows the way. Okay, I'll just put it that way. And that's the voice I follow. I don't follow the chaotic, fearful voice in my head. Okay, that's the difference that I can say right now. But, learn to flow with your intuition, let it guide you. And let love be your guide. Do all things with love, and not with fear. Don't let fear guide you in your decision making throughout the day. Let love be your decision maker, and you'll feel a lot calmer and you'll feel less stress. And, if you're going to dance with life, you're going to have to turn on the music. So turn on the music, loosen up a bit, raise your vibration, so that you can attract the reality that you want, the reality where you're not overwhelmed, where you are high vibe and you are having fun and you are going with the flow and you're enjoying life, even though that this life is different than we're used to and it's new. You can still go through it with peace and feeling grounded and feeling uplifted and having fun. And that's what I've been doing, guys. And I just wanted to stop in real quick and let you guys have that. And I hope you guys are having a good week. Comment below what you're doing, anything that you're going through, any struggles that you're having. I'll be more than happy to speak with you or make a video about it. But until then, guys, I will see you with my next video. Have a good day. Bye-bye.